Hey everyone, I'm Brian with the Donatucci Branch Library. And today, I'm going to show you how you can plant a garden. Now you can see from this garden, I had this built a couple years ago. But it's basically just a couple pieces of wood just nailed together, you know. Underneath here it's just concrete, just like it is on this side, okay? I just added some dirt on top. This is garden soil. That's the stuff you want to use. We're topsoil. Sometimes it's called topsoil too. But if you're planting in a regular garden like that, that's basically the stuff that you want to use. But you can see I already have this. So if you have a space already that has dirt and stuff, the first thing you want to do is you want to clear it out of all the weeds. So you can get some gloves on. You don't have to use gloves, but I just don't like getting dirt under my fingernails and stuff. So I just use these gloves. If you have gardening gloves, works just as good. Alright? So let's clear this area out. Let's pull some weeds. You might want to get a trash bag when you pull these weeds too. You don't have to. I just like to keep stuff clean and simple, you know. Otherwise you have a bigger mess to clean up later. A lot of these weeds just come right up. And you really want to try to get the root. Well, a lot of these don't have roots. But just pull the entire root if you can. And it doesn't have to be 100%. As long as you get most of the big weeds up. You don't have to worry about every little piece of weed. It'll be okay. So once you have all the weeds up, or at least most of the weeds up, there's a couple ways you could do this. You want to break up the dirt though. I use a big shovel like this, alright? But if you have, you can see on this, it broke. There's actually three things. It's called a claw. You can always just claw and break it up like that too. But for a big area like this, I like to use the shovel. And just scoop it and turn it over. Scoop and turn over. Just like that. Chop it up. As long as it breaks it all up pretty much. Get some air underneath there. Then once it's all broken up, you want to add some new soil. And use a shovel to kind of mix it up a little bit. Just kind of want to mix it in with the other dirt that was already there. Spread it out even. Alright, so today what we're planting is I just got a mix of different seeds, right? But if you're anything like me, you live in a South Philly home, you have a limited space and you probably don't get a lot of sunshine, so you always want to look on the back. You see, hopefully you can see that, where it says full sun or part shade. Because I don't get full sun back. I get part shade though. I get part sun, part shade. You know, I only get a couple hours. So you always want to look for that. Alright? And I probably should have planted these a couple weeks ago inside. Start them indoors. But with the whole COVID situation, I kind of like, I really got distracted with that. So I'm just going to plant them right into the garden. And they should be fine in a couple weeks. But I just got to mix. I was looking for wildflowers, but I couldn't find them. So I'm just going to get a mix and just kind of do my own wildflower mix. Because I have a mix of different flowers, I'm going to put them all into a container just to kind of mix up the seeds a little bit. Alright, then we'll go mix them up and actually want to take some dirt, put it aside because this is the dirt that we're going to use to cover the seeds up. So you need a good amount. You don't want to bury them real deep after you scatter them, but you want enough to cover the whole garden just to sprinkle it. Alright, we're going to straighten this back out. Alright, I'm going to take my seeds. Now I'm just going to sprinkle them all around. Then I take the dirt that I had saved and just kind of sprinkle a little bit on top. Now you want enough to cover it all, but you don't want to bury it too deep. Alright, so now I got the seeds planted, but we're not finished quite yet. Whenever you plant anything, whether it's seeds or especially if you're planting a plant that's actually grown into the ground, you're transplanting, you always want to water it, okay? So I just set it for the shower, and you don't have to soak it real much. You don't want it like overflowing. Just enough to seep in a little bit down there, though. Because they're seeds, they don't have roots or anything yet, so you don't need a whole lot of water. That should be perfect. Right. And then I do that like maybe twice a day. Usually I try to do it in the morning and then at night. And we're good, we just have to wait now. Okay, now that I got the garden planted, I'm gonna plant some stuff in some pots, alright? So what you need for that is something called potting soil. That's right, they make it just for planting the pots. Alright, make sure it's nice and broken up. A lot of times it comes down in clumps. You don't want that. You want to make it like really loose, alright? So that the plant's roots can grow. You don't want to like pack it all in. You want it like really loose. Okay? You can see on the back, it always tells you this is full sun. But that's okay because I have the ledge here and that pretty much gets full sun all day long. So, also the reader on the back says 1/8 of an inch. That's how far deep down you want to bury them. So when you sprinkle them on top, you just want a very light layer of soil on top. You don't have to push them down with your thumb or anything. Like you can do that. I do that more with vegetable plants, not flowers and grass and stuff like that. But with these, you just want to kind of sprinkle them around. Alright, take a little more potting soil and just sprinkle it on top. Just enough to cover it. Only want to cover it 1/8 of an inch. So that's not a whole lot of soil at all, okay? You're good. Now all we gotta do is water it. And again, you don't need a whole lot of water when it's just seeds, because they don't have roots or anything. Just, especially in a pot, because some pots, they don't drain the water. That's another good thing to do. Make sure you get a pot that can drain water, okay? Because you don't want a whole lot. Like that's good. You don't need a whole lot. But I'll do that twice a day. I do that in the morning and I do that at night. Alright? Always water your plants twice a day. Because they're like us, man. They get hungry. I mean, they get thirsty. You know, you wouldn't want to be out here in the sun all day with no water, right? Yeah, so you got to feed them twice a day. That's pretty much it. So you just water them twice a day, keep an eye on them. In a couple weeks we should start seeing stuff. I'll check back in when they start growing. I'll show you what we got, okay? So I hope this helped you guys, and I'll see you next time. You have a good day. Bye.